Your future life partner finally revealed how they truly feel about you. And their next decision will change everything. My beloved child, something has shifted in a way you were never expecting, and what you are about to hear could completely change the way you see your future life partner. For so long, their deepest feelings remained hidden behind silence, hesitation, and moments that seemed impossible to understand. But now, that silence has finally been broken. They have admitted something they could no longer keep inside: you have become far more important to them than they ever planned. They tried to understand why thoughts of you kept returning. They wondered why imagining their future somehow kept bringing your presence into the picture. And then came the realization they could no longer ignore: you are not simply someone who crossed their path. In their heart, you have become connected to the future they secretly hope to build. But don't skip, because revealing their feelings is only the beginning. Something huge is waiting for you, and the decision they are considering next is far bigger than the confession itself. They have reached a point where simply thinking about you is no longer enough. Something inside them is saying, I need to decide what I truly want. And once you discover what that decision involves, everything before this moment may suddenly make sense. Here is where the story takes an unexpected turn. Your future life partner has been quietly comparing two possibilities: continuing exactly as things are, or finally taking a meaningful step toward the connection their heart keeps choosing. And what surprised them most was how strongly one possibility stood above the other. Every time they imagined leaving this connection unexplored, something felt incomplete. Every time they imagined being honest, moving closer, and allowing you to see what they truly feel, they experienced a sense of certainty they had not expected. Stay till the end, because there is another revelation coming. Their feelings are not based on one passing moment. They have been noticing the smallest things: the way you carry yourself, the energy you bring, the strength you show without announcing it, and the qualities that make you unforgettable in ways you may not even realize. Somewhere along the way, admiration became emotional attachment, and emotional attachment became a question about the future. Now that question has become a decision. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. They are beginning to understand that the next chapter cannot be created through endless hesitation. If they truly want you to become part of their future, eventually they must do something that makes their intentions unmistakable. And now comes the detail that changes everything: the decision forming inside them is not about whether they feel something for you anymore. That question has already been answered. Their real decision is about what they are finally prepared to do because of those feelings. They are considering stepping beyond uncertainty and allowing this connection to become something more real, more intentional, and more meaningful. Imagine what that means. The person who once questioned their emotions is now questioning how much longer they can remain silent about them. The person who once wondered whether you belonged in their future is beginning to imagine decisions with you already included. But there is one final piece they have not revealed yet, and it may be the biggest surprise of all. Before making their next move, they realized something about you that completely changed the way they see this connection, and once that realization entered their heart, turning away no longer felt like the answer. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because what they realized about you explains exactly why their next decision could change everything. Something they noticed about you has completely changed the direction of their thoughts, and this is where everything becomes deeper than you expected. Your future life partner finally realized that what draws them toward you is not one single quality, it is the way they feel when they imagine sharing real life with you. They see something rare in your presence, a feeling of understanding, peace, excitement, and possibility all at once. That realization surprised them because they were not searching for it. They did not plan for their heart to become this certain. Yet whenever they tried to imagine moving forward without acknowledging what they truly feel, the same thought returned: what if this person is the connection I have been waiting for? Don't skip, because that question led them toward a decision they had been avoiding for longer than anyone knows. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. They are no longer asking themselves whether their feelings are real. They are asking whether this is finally the moment to stop hiding those feelings and let their actions speak clearly. And what makes this even more surprising is that they have already imagined how that first meaningful step could happen, but there is another layer they have kept completely private. In quiet moments, your future life partner has been thinking about what a future beside you could actually feel like, not some perfect fantasy, but ordinary moments made meaningful because you are there. Conversations that continue longer than expected. Small victories celebrated together. Plans made with two people in mind instead of one. They realize that the strongest part of their feelings is not simply excitement, it is the desire to know you more deeply and build something genuine over time. That is why their next decision carries so much weight. Don't skip now, because the biggest shift is happening here. They have begun moving from maybe someday toward why keep waiting? Something huge is waiting for you. Their heart is pushing them toward clarity, and their mind is finally beginning to agree. They know that staying silent forever could mean missing the chance to discover what this connection could become. So they are considering something unusually bold for them, making their intentions clearer instead of leaving you wondering. And just when you think you understand their decision, one final realization changes the entire picture. Your future life partner has recognized that this connection cannot move forward through feelings alone. A real future requires honesty, consistency, patience, and a choice made again and again. That is what they are beginning to prepare themselves for. Stay till the end, because what comes next reveals why this decision may become a turning point. They are not simply thinking about telling you that you matter, they are thinking about showing you through what they do next. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. There is one specific step they have been considering, something that would make their intentions much harder to misunderstand. And before they take it, they are asking themselves one final question. A question whose answer could determine everything that happens next. Am I ready to stop imagining this future and finally begin moving toward it? Deep inside, an answer is already forming. And what that answer leads them to do next is something you will not expect. Now the silence is beginning to mean something completely different, because your future life partner has reached the point where holding everything inside no longer feels possible. Their answer to that final question is becoming clearer. They do not want to spend forever wondering what could have happened if they had simply been brave enough to follow what they genuinely feel. And this is where their next decision starts taking shape. They are considering replacing uncertainty with clarity, not through some dramatic promise, but through a meaningful action that finally shows you where their heart stands. Don't skip, because the surprising part is still ahead. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. They have been replaying certain moments connected to you, noticing how naturally you remained in their thoughts even when they were focused on completely different things. That pattern finally revealed something powerful to them. Their feelings were not disappearing with time, they were becoming clearer. And once they understood that, one possibility began standing above every other choice, they may finally stop waiting for the perfect moment and create the moment themselves. But what they are preparing themselves to reveal goes deeper than simply saying, "I care about you." Your future life partner wants you to understand why you became so meaningful to them in the first place. They have noticed qualities in you that made them reconsider what they truly want from a lasting connection. Your presence made them think differently about loyalty, understanding, companionship, and the kind of person they would genuinely want beside them when ordinary days become the memories that matter most. Don't skip here, because this is where everything changes. Something huge is waiting for you. For perhaps the first time, they are no longer imagining you as a distant possibility. They are imagining what could happen if both of you were given a real opportunity to discover this connection without guessing, pretending, or hiding behind uncertainty. And that thought has awakened something powerful inside them, the desire to choose rather than simply hope. Their next decision is becoming less about waiting for a sign and more about becoming the person who finally takes the first sincere step. And then came the realization they never expected: the future they keep imagining does not begin with some enormous event. It begins with one honest moment. One conversation. One clear action. One decision that says, "I am ready to discover where this can truly go." Stay till the end, because there is still something they have not admitted, even to themselves until recently. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Your future life partner has started wondering whether you might already sense that something has changed within them. They wonder whether you have noticed the difference, whether you have felt the unspoken pull, whether some part of you has been asking the same questions. And this possibility has made their decision even stronger. Because now they understand that waiting indefinitely could keep two people trapped inside unanswered questions. So they are preparing to choose clarity over hesitation. But before that decision becomes action, one unexpected thought enters their mind, a thought about what could happen immediately after they reveal everything. And strangely, instead of making them step backward, it gives them an even stronger reason to move forward. What crossed their mind next was something they had never allowed themselves to imagine this clearly before. What if the moment they finally reveal their true feelings becomes the beginning of an entirely different chapter between you? Your future life partner has been thinking beyond the confession itself. They have pictured the silence afterward, the first honest conversation, the questions that may finally receive answers, and the possibility that everything uncertain between you could suddenly become clear. Don't skip, because this is where their next decision becomes much bigger than anyone expected. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. They are realizing that revealing their feelings means accepting whatever comes next with maturity and sincerity. And surprisingly, that realization is not making them retreat. It is making them more certain. They would rather discover the truth than remain trapped inside endless what-ifs. They would rather show you that their feelings have meaning than continue hoping you somehow understand without them ever expressing it. Something inside them has changed, and once that change happened, going back to pretending this connection means nothing became almost impossible. Their heart has already crossed a line their words have not crossed yet, and now their actions are preparing to catch up. Then something even more surprising happened inside their thoughts. They stopped asking, "What if this doesn't happen exactly the way I imagine?" and started asking, "What if this becomes something more meaningful than I ever imagined?" That single change in perspective transformed everything. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because your future life partner is beginning to understand that meaningful connections are not built by knowing every answer beforehand. They are built when two people are willing to be sincere, communicate clearly, and discover the answers together. They have begun thinking about what they could bring into your life, not just what they hope to receive from you. They want to bring consistency. They want to bring understanding. They want their actions to match their words. Most importantly, they want you to feel that if they choose to step toward you, they are doing it with genuine intention. Stay till the end, because this realization leads directly into the decision that could change everything. They are no longer interested in giving you confusing signals or leaving important feelings hidden behind silence. They want the next chapter to begin differently, with honesty strong enough to remove the uncertainty that has surrounded this connection. And now their decision is closer than ever. Your future life partner has begun imagining one specific moment when they finally stop holding back and make their intentions unmistakably clear. It could begin with a conversation that seems simple at first, but underneath those first few words will be everything they have been carrying inside. Don't skip now, because the biggest revelation is still ahead. Something huge is waiting for you. They have realized that their next move cannot simply be about admitting how strongly they feel, it must reveal what they are willing to do with those feelings. And that is where everything changes. They are thinking about choosing you intentionally, giving this connection a genuine opportunity, and seeing whether the future they have quietly imagined can become something real over time. But there is one thing they need to understand before taking that step. One final question has appeared in their mind, and this question is different from every question before it. They are no longer asking whether they are ready. They are wondering whether you might be ready too. And what makes this extraordinary is that they have noticed something about you, something small but unforgettable, that may have already given them the answer they were searching for. Once they understood what that moment could mean, their entire plan for what happens next began to change. The small thing they noticed about you seemed ordinary at first, but somehow it stayed with them long after the moment had passed. It was something in your energy, the way you remained genuine without forcing anything, the way your presence seemed to communicate more than words ever could. And suddenly, your future life partner began wondering whether the connection they had been questioning was never as one-sided in their imagination as they feared. Don't skip, because this realization changes the entire direction of their next decision. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. They started looking back at moments they had previously dismissed, the subtle understanding, the unexpected sense of familiarity, the times when thinking about you brought an unusual calmness instead of confusion. Individually, those moments seemed small. Together, they created a picture that became impossible for them to ignore. And that picture showed them something extraordinary. Perhaps this connection deserves a real chance instead of remaining an unanswered possibility. That thought removed one of the biggest barriers inside them. They stopped focusing on every reason to hesitate and started recognizing the one reason powerful enough to move forward. They genuinely want to know what could happen if they finally choose honesty. But here is where their decision becomes even more meaningful. Your future life partner does not want to rush into your world with empty promises or overwhelming words. They want their next move to feel different, steady, sincere, and impossible to confuse with temporary emotion. Something huge is waiting for you, so don't skip now. They have been thinking carefully about how to show you that this is not simply a passing thought. They want to create a moment where you can feel the difference between someone who merely talks about a future and someone who is prepared to build trust one step at a time. And suddenly, everything they have been feeling points toward the same conclusion: they need to stop communicating through silence. Stay till the end, because the next realization is the one that surprised even them. They understood that the strongest decision they could make is not to control what happens next, it is to finally become completely honest about what they want. That means allowing you to see the feelings they once protected, admitting that you have become important to them, and giving you the freedom to respond with the same honesty. For the first time, they are beginning to see vulnerability not as uncertainty, but as the doorway to clarity. And then their heart reached the point it had been moving toward all along. They realized that if they continue waiting, nothing changes, but if they take one genuine step, everything could. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because your future life partner is now closer than ever to making that decision real. They are imagining the exact words they might use, how they will explain what changed inside them, and how they will finally tell you that somewhere along the way, you became part of the future they could no longer ignore. But there is an even bigger revelation hidden behind that confession. Their next decision is not only about opening their heart, it is about changing the way they approach you afterward. No more endless guessing. No more pretending their feelings are smaller than they really are. They want to discover whether something genuine can grow between you through patience, consistency, and mutual choice. Stay till the end, because just before they make that move, one final realization arrives, and this one is powerful enough to change the meaning of everything you have heard so far. They suddenly understand why their feelings became stronger precisely when they tried hardest to ignore them. And the answer reveals what they may truly be searching for in you. The answer finally became impossible for them to ignore. The more they tried to push these feelings into the background, the more clearly they understood what was actually drawing them toward you. It was not simply attraction to an idea or excitement about an unknown future. Your future life partner realized they are searching for something genuine, someone they can understand, respect, grow beside, and choose with intention. And somehow, thoughts of you kept appearing whenever they imagined those things. Don't skip, because this is where everything you have heard begins connecting into one powerful revelation. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. They finally understood why their feelings became stronger during the moments they tried to silence them, because silence never answered the question their heart kept asking: what could this become if I finally gave it a real chance? That question has followed them through quiet moments, future plans, and conversations inside their own mind. But now they are tired of leaving it unanswered. Their next decision is becoming clear: they want to stop treating you like an uncertain possibility and start discovering whether this connection can become a meaningful reality. And once that decision settled inside them, something unexpected happened. Instead of feeling confused, they felt calmer. For the first time, choosing clarity felt easier than choosing hesitation. Now their thoughts have moved beyond the question of how they feel about you. They already know What occupies their mind now is how to make sure their next step reflects the depth of that realization. Don't skip here, because the surprising part is not simply that they want to move closer, it is the way they want to do it. They do not want one emotional moment followed by more uncertainty. They want their actions afterward to carry the message their words begin. They want you to notice consistency. They want conversations to become more open. They want the distance created by unanswered questions to slowly disappear. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Your future life partner has realized that a once-in-a-lifetime connection would mean very little if nobody had the courage to nurture it. And that thought changed their perspective completely. Instead of waiting endlessly for circumstances to become perfect, they are preparing themselves to take responsibility for what they can control, being honest, being present, and showing genuine intention. They know the future cannot be guaranteed, but they also know that some possibilities deserve more than silent wondering. And in their mind, you have become one of those possibilities. But the biggest shift is still happening beneath everything else. Your future life partner is beginning to understand that their next decision could change not only the direction of this connection, but the direction of their own life. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. They are standing mentally between two versions of the future, one where they remain silent and always wonder what might have happened, and another where they finally step forward and discover the truth. And something inside them is choosing the second path. They are ready to stop running endless scenarios through their mind. They are ready to replace imagination with a real conversation, uncertainty with sincerity, and hidden feelings with a choice that can finally be understood. Stay till the end, because this is the revelation everything has been building toward. They have finally admitted how deeply you matter to them, and their next decision is to stop allowing those feelings to exist only inside their heart. They want to give this connection the opportunity to become something real. Yet just as that decision becomes clear, another thought appears, one they never expected to feel so strongly. They realize that taking the first step is only the beginning, because there is something much bigger they would eventually want you to know about the future they have quietly imagined with you. What they have quietly imagined about the future is far bigger than a single conversation, and this is the truth they were almost afraid to admit to themselves. Your future life partner has pictured what could happen after the uncertainty disappears, when neither of you has to wonder what the other person truly means, when conversations become natural instead of carefully measured, and when the connection begins moving forward because both people understand where they stand. Don't skip, because this is where their hidden vision of the future becomes surprisingly clear. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. They have imagined ordinary moments with you, and strangely, those ordinary moments are what affected them most. They pictured laughing over something nobody else would understand, supporting each other through important decisions, celebrating small achievements, and creating memories that never needed to be extraordinary to become unforgettable. That realization surprised them. They understood that what they truly want is not simply one exciting moment with you, they want the possibility of something that continues. And suddenly their next decision became even more important, because they realized that one honest step today could open a door to an entirely different tomorrow. Then came the thought that completely changed how they viewed everything between you. They realized they do not want you to feel as though you must decode their silence forever. If they step toward you, they want their intentions to become clearer through consistency, respect, and genuine effort. Don't skip now. Something huge is waiting for you, because this is where their feelings transform into something stronger than imagination. Your future life partner is beginning to think in terms of choice, not, what if someday, but, what can I genuinely do next? Stay till the end, because their answer may surprise you. They want to create an opportunity for honesty, a moment where the connection can finally breathe.